Good morning to each and every single one of you with a slightly different looking me and a slightly different looking location. But anyway, today, Tuesday the 12th of September, and as always, the goal is to produce as much content as possible on any single day. But today started off with a trip through to Grenada to try and sort out the invitation letter that I'm needing for my sister to come visit me in November. First trip to Grenada, not entirely successful from that point of view, but it gives me an opportunity to show you a couple of things along the way. Like after this stop, I'm going to be heading off and showing you where my entire YouTube journey started at the park that I sat in early in the morning and recorded my first ever YouTube videos. But until then, when it comes to the topic of writing and blog writing in particular, my friend Mr. Twain, sitting right next to me, Mark, says, push out content every single day because that's the way you get things published. That's what Mark next to me over here is saying. But anyway, with those wise words from Mark, let me go and show you where my YouTubing journey and content creation journey started in 2014, and then make sure that I'm in time to catch my bus back to Orkney. I'm back where it all started 9 years ago in 2014 when I recorded my first YouTube videos, which was my first foray into content creation. To give you an idea of what I used to do, I didn't have a mobile phone, I didn't have a GoPro. All I had was this Windows 7 Dell laptop computer. And what I did was I came here, set up the computer exactly here, sat on the floor right there in front of the bench, and used the laptop's built-in camera, the laptop's built-in microphone, and that's what I recorded my videos on. And if I do a turn around over here, what you can see behind me over there is grass and dappled shade from trees, and that was my backdrop back in the day. If I drop down lower like this, as you can see, that would have been my backdrop 9 years ago when I first started content creation by way of YouTube videos. These days, there's still YouTube videos happening, but now I'm doing blog post writing, and surprise, surprise, that same Windows 7 laptop computer that is now, I bought that in 2008, so that makes it 15 years. That 15 years old Dell Windows 7 laptop computer is still good enough to create blog posts, still good enough to create content, still good enough to create esoteric advertising revenue from my blogs. So you don't need the absolute latest and greatest and most expensive equipment to get yourself going. All you need is an idea and some means, even if it's 15 years old, of being able to type things and get things out. And as far as the typing is concerned, just yesterday I had the keyboard replaced on that Dell laptop for the second time because I've worn out 2 keyboards on that laptop. So all you have to do is use what you have and get the content going. That's my little rant for now, and this is the park where it all started for me 9 years ago. Hey there, I'm not going to make this overly long. I've got a splitting headache going on at the moment, and I'm going to go and crash and make it an early night. I've just drunk a whole lot of water to hopefully bring my hydration levels back up. But anyway, one thing I hope really is that you enjoyed the little bit of the interlude that I gave you there as far as where everything started for me, and where that from the park in Grenada where I shot my first ever YouTube videos that started me off on this content creation phase of my life 9 years ago. Anyway, the overall, the trip to Grenada, from the point of view of getting the documents that my sister needs for a visa, complete failure. Bounced from one office to another office to another office, and the word that I got in the end after all of that is that here's a website, log into this website, preferably between 2 and 4 o'clock on Thursday morning, because the bookings open on Thursday for the appointments for next week. And normally by the time we get into office on a Thursday morning, which for Spaniards working in government offices, that's 10 a.m. By the time they get into office at 10 a.m., the bookings are all full for the following week. So they suggest to me that I log on between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning and book the appointment so that I can go back in to go and see them, same people, again next week. So that means that 2 o'clock Thursday morning I'm going to be on the computer trying my best to book an appointment. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, that was that side of things. Word count, 2,806 words, so I can be happy with that. I managed to get a good chunk of writing done on the bus for the 1.5 hours to Grenada and the 1.5 hours coming back as well. So that's at least a positive, and I managed to get some productivity going there. But anyway, that's me for the day, and I'm going to not even put on my computer now this evening. I'm going to go straight to bed, and hopefully with a hydration and a good night's sleep, I'll be fairly functional come tomorrow morning. Either which way, speak to you then. Have a good night. Cheers.